Hey guys, this is Lady Soul, and we're still talking about Angie Stone's estate, and a lot of the elders in the community are concerned about the presence of Shayna Shell and what kind of activities they're going on as far as them handling their business properly. Um, I got to hear a little interview with Diamond talking. I guess she was talking uh, on one of the radio shows. I think it was Quiet Storm. And she's right. They do need time to grieve. You know, so much has happened. I've been in that situation where you've lost somebody tragically. And when you're in grievance, when you grieving, you just really not thinking properly. So she's right in that regard, but you don't judge people. But and this is the last time that I'm gonna make a even say speak on this. I think this is gonna be the last time I'm gonna say something about it. Again, Diamond, if your elders have not been through certain things, they will not say anything to you. People speak to you because they care. And obviously the community love Angie very, very much to even want to reach out and talk to you guys and make sure that everything is well with you guys as far as her legacy. Uh, but again, I'm a mom, and I listen very carefully to how people talk, how they speak to folk. And I'm a Missouri girl, and I know you're a grown woman, but we have to be careful how we talk to people, how we treat people, especially if we're wanting their empathy and their sympathy. I heard you say you were college educated. That's cool, but the way you coming across, you not. First off, who sells obituaries? Now, if that ain't a hot ghetto mess, I don't know what to tell you. That is a hot ghetto mess. Who sells obituaries? Never heard of that before. And secondly, when people are showing you concern, for your well-being, a responsive, well, just go to the website and make some purchases, purchase the products that'll help us. That is so ghetto. That is ghetto. That is ghetto. So sometimes it's better for us not to speak. You're absolutely right. I know you said there's been a lot of attacks and people all up in your business on the internet. I get that part. So that means that you need to not look at the internet, and you guys continue to do your business and handle things like you think appropriate. But again, I'm going to say it. At the end of the day, you claim you have lawyers and you're not telling the truth. Because if you got lawyers in place, then Miss Shayna has no business filing any kind of documents. So that can't be true. How is she filing documents and you have a lawyer? There's no need for her to file anything if you have attorneys in place, because they cover everything. So a lot of what you're saying is not true, and you just don't want people in your business, and you have a right. But just remember what I said. Any red flags or any signs of illegal activity on them documents, on that paperwork, them white folks gonna tie up that probate until you and Michael old and gray, because they have the power to do it. You don't have power over the courts. And so again, you need to go, like you say, you need to have time to grieve. You need to humble yourself and go to your prayer closet. And I'm talking to you out of love. Your mom not here. I'm talking to you like a mother. You need to humble yourself and start listening to what the elders are trying to tell you. It don't hurt to listen. It don't cost you nothing to listen. And just, the Bible say, watch as well as pray. And just pray about what is going on around you. Because again, I've gained wealth, and I had a best friend. Well, we were co-workers, and we ended up becoming friends. This gonna blow your mind. And when I lost my husband, she came to the house every day to sit with me. You know, that's what black people do. You have somebody that's close to you. Shayna, actually, she was kind of in Shayna's position. She was helping me with my affairs because it was just overwhelming because I lost my husband suddenly and tragically, just like how you lost your mom. It was just quick. And so she was coming to my house every day, sitting with me. And while she's sitting there, she listening to the business that's being discussed or everything that's going on in the house. Now, I'm looking at her as being my right hand, my confidant, because I didn't have nobody else there with me. My children weren't really old enough to give me the support I needed. So this is my girl. She was taking care of administrative stuff. When the mail came, she going to get my mail. No, I wasn't paying attention to that. I'm looking at it like she's helping me. Well, ultimately, let me tell you how that ended up. So, after my estate got settled, she introduced me to her uncle. Now I'm a widow. I'm a new widow. Of course, I'm still grieving because it takes years to get over somebody that you lose in death. It's gonna take you a long time to deal with your mom losing her. And so, I guess a couple of months in, she introduces me to her uncle. And I wasn't in my clear mind, you know, losing my husband. Everybody want a friend. I'm being very transparent. I'm sharing something with you, Diamond, because I want you to hear my heart. And so he started coming around, I guess what the old people call courting. And he was a decent enough guy, you know, just to have, not to be lonely, to kind of fill that empty space. Well, he messed around and caught feelings for me. He didn't realize that he was going to catch feelings for me. And he broke down and told me that his niece, my best friend that sat there with me like Shayna's right there with you, had told him everything that was going on. She told him when my money came and that they had planned to split my money because I was really free-hearted at that time. Young, not knowing nothing in grief. I was very free-hearted, very giving like your mom was. And he couldn't deal with the guilt of it because, like I said, he caught feelings for me. And he broke down and told me that my best friend, I'm not going to name her, his niece, that they had plotted to take some of my money away. But he couldn't go through with it because he said once he got to know me and he saw how sweet I was, how kind I was, how loving I was, that he actually caught feelings for me, and he eventually exposed that to me. So that's why everybody is so passionate and talking like they are to you. Of course, they don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Nobody knows what's going on in your house. You're absolutely right about that part. But if you're submitting the way Shayna is moving, she is foul. Because first off, she has no right to be notarizing any documents if you got a lawyer. So you ain't telling the truth. Anybody that got common sense, no, you're not telling the truth. So, baby, get your house in order here. This ain't no game. Because like I say, if them white folks find any discrepancy in Angie's estate, they will tie anything that she has left. They will tie it up for years and years and years. And by the time you guys will get access to it, the money will be, or whatever, the money, her catalogs or whatever, they'll be dissolved because they'll end up having to cover debts. So just think about it. All right, peace.